Hi, everybody. It's Mike from Here, the Watchman. And today on the Watchman's Report, we have none other than L.A. Marzulli, who is just off the hook, crazy busy, getting prepared for a trip tomorrow. And then he's on the road again, spreading the word. And L.A., thank you for joining us.
Mike, it's always a pleasure to be here. Thanks for putting up with my crazy schedule. Appreciate it.
It's like I said to you earlier, we're all right now in these days like flying Mach 4, 300 feet off the ground with our hair on fire. I mean, that's just the way it is. We had a power outage up here this morning, LA, for 2 hours.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, it scared me to death. We need to get prepared. And the thing is that with everything going on in the world right now, we need information. We need to be prepared. Folks, go to AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com. Please go there, visit Chance, talk to him, get prepared for what's to come. And speaking of that, LA, what is going on? Are we on the brink of the days of chaos here?
Well, I think we're in the days of chaos. I mean, that's what the whole book is about. I've lectured at it. My first foray into Here the Watchman in Dallas a year ago. That's what I spoke on, days of chaos. And, the bottom line is, Mike, and you know this as well as I do, nothing has changed. I mean, okay, Trump's in the White House, but in some ways, the overarching global insanity has just gotten worse. I mean, on one hand, you can say that, well, Trump firing missiles into Syria tells everybody that there's a new sheriff in town. Okay, I get that. And with the Obama doctrine was, let's lead from behind. Well, that didn't work. And it basically created a power vacuum, and the Russians came in. It also allowed ISIS to build up. I mean, all that was certainly not under the Bush administration. Look, the military-industrial complex has been going on in this country, and Eisenhower warned us, and it's never since World War II, it's never been dismantled. And so the new sheriff in town very quickly learns, I'm talking about Trump, that he's dealing with an entity. And this is what people don't get. Every 4 years, 4 more years, 4 more years. It doesn't matter, because those people coming in to this environment, they are surrounded by entities which have been in place literally for decades. And their ideology and the paradigms in which they work with have not changed, literally in decades. The Department of Defense is certainly one of them. The Pentagon, certainly another one. Look at the NSA, certainly another one. So, I mean, I just named you 3 different, overarching governmental entities which have huge budgets, which employ thousands of people with, guess what? They've never gone anywhere. It doesn't matter who gets in to office. Those entities remain intact, which is why we're 16 years in Afghanistan and counting. And, okay, so now under Obama never would have dropped a bunker busting bomb like they dropped last week. The mother of all bombs, Moab, right? Great. Okay, so it sends a message. If we really wanted to win in Afghanistan, we would have done so. Why are we there for 16 years? Because it prolongs the military-industrial complex. It feeds the kitty. There's $1 trillion opium harvest every year. And Mike, if I said this in the 90s, there'd be a knock on my door. Now they know that no one cares. How many people are going to listen to this? A couple thousand, maybe. What's that in with 300 million or 6 billion people on the planet? It's nothing. Let's say it goes viral and you get a couple of 100,000 people listening to this. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not even a hair follicle to them. They could care less. And they know that people listen to what we're saying and they'll just roll their eyeballs and go, oh, well, come on. That's all conspiracy nonsense and, tinfoil hat brigade people and all that, right? I mean, that's what they'll say. The bottom line is nothing has changed. And then you've got the quagmire, which is the Middle East, which, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed under Assad. We have no idea, and I did a blog on this last week. There is no way anybody, if we're intellectually honest, can state with absolute certainty whether or not that gas attack was a false flag or the real thing. We have no idea. We have no flipping idea. And that should alarm everybody, because the deep state controls the media. And they just show us some photographs of, throwing some kids on a truck, washing them down with a fire hose or a garden hose. Then they cut to some guy in what looks like a clinic. He's wearing a mask. He takes that off. Then they cut it to this very low ceiling where we have no idea where that footage is from. We have no idea when it was taken, who took it, how it was dispersed. We know nothing. Abso-freaking-lutely nothing. And frankly, I take umbrage in that. So, all the yahoos are going, oh, it's a false flag. Oh, it's a false. It very may well be a false flag. Assad stated it was a false flag. I talked to a expatriated Syrian right after the gas attack. This guy works at a little store, and I go there because he's an expat Syrian. So it's like he's got intel that I don't. And I said, what do you think about the gas attack? And he looked at me and said, LA, no way Assad would do this. He has other means. He has bombs. He has planes. Why does he need the gas? I mean, he was adamant that in his opinion, Assad wouldn't do the gas attack. So we've got a real disparity in news. What's the truth? What is the truth? Time magazine a couple of weeks ago, truth is dead. God is dead. God is dead. Truth is dead. And this is, I'm actually working on something which will deal with this, and I won't tip my hand to it now. But truth is dead. Truth is dead. And so all it does is it snowballs into the days of chaos. And when you throw a nutcase in like Kim Jong-un, and he's worshipped as a god in North Korea, his entire family worshipped as gods with a little g. The people venerate the ground that he walks on. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un has got concentration camps which rival anything that the Nazis had in World War II, and he's executing his own people. I've seen pictures which are absolutely stomach-turning, gut-wrenching photographs or artist rendition of life in one of these death camps. They rival Auschwitz, Bergen-Belsen, all that. I mean, that's really where we are. And now that the fleet's over there, Pence is over there, and Kim Jong-un is saber rattling with his, we're going to nuke you, we're going to do this. Not so fast, citizen. That's never going to happen. But what would happen? Kim's military is very, very strong, and it's very well equipped. You'd have a bloodbath in South Korea for sure, absolutely for sure. So, I mean, I'm just hitting on some of these things. It's like you add, and I could go on for hours on this, and because I'm on, Mike. Some people think that all L.A. Marzulli does is Nephilim and UFOs, and that's true. I do that. I do that a lot. I just finished my first independent film, The Watchmen Chronicles. In their own words, UFOs are real, and the second one is on something else, which I won't tell you. But I've been a student of prophecy for decades, literally for decades, and so I look at everything through the biblical prophetic filter, as it were, everything. And the United States is poised for a financial collapse, because you can't run a business if you're $20 trillion in debt. You can't do it. You can't do it. And the fact that the people are not storming the Bastille, look, this is why it's nonsense. And, President Trump or the NSA, please give this to President Trump if so he'll get it. But or somebody in Congress. The bottom line is Mitch McConnell stands up and tells us, well, we won't be able to do tax reform for another year. Shame on that man. Shame on that man. The Republicans were elected to Congress, to the House and to the Senate, and a Republican president, because people are being taxed to death. I can't run a business if 50% of my income goes to a state and federal government that can't balance a budget and spend more than they take in. It is at some point in time, the people have to rise up, get the pitchforks, get the clubs, and off we go to Washington, because they're not listening. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter how much we jump up and down, rant and rave, wave our hands and go, we can't do this anymore. And, here's the deal. The IRS, they're heartless. If you owe money, they'll come in, they'll take your house, your cars. I mean, they'll wipe you out. They could care less. And this is, taxation without representation. Folks, this is why we fought the American Revolution. Hello? This is why we did it. And now we're taxed to death, and the Republicans are in Congress, and they don't give a flip. So here we are. I mean, I can go on. You can see I'm all hot under the collar here, but I mean, that's just it's a thumbnail sketch. And then you got the Islamic jihadists, which are all throughout Europe, which has changed the complete cultural fabric of that country. Most people don't understand this, that in Paris and in London, at New Year's Eve in London, they had tens of thousands of armed forces out on the street. In Paris, it's a flipping war zone. 100,000 military personnel on the streets of Paris. That's a war zone. That's a war zone. And the people of Gay Paris, oh, my friends, I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, let's let more of these people in. Like that's why Le Pen is probably going to lead in the polls. That's where we're at. And then Merkel, we have to let the people in because they're Germans and we must do this. Sie Kyle. And it's like, wait a minute here. Just joking. But I mean, Angela, really. I mean, the people are starting to push back because they know it's a difference in ideologies. Of course, what the globalists have always been saying, out of chaos, order. And that's what they've done. They've created chaos. Obama, at the last part of his administration, how many thousands of immigrants came into the country? I'll close my little rant by saying this, okay? There's now this nutcase Islamic female doctor who's running around in the Midwest performing female genital mutilation. Where are the feminists? Where's Susan Sarandon? Susan, baby, let's come on down. Why aren't you guys absolutely outraged at this? Of course you're not. As long as we can kill as many babies, that's all you guys really care about. Kill the babies. Now, some nutcase is allegedly running around the Midwest cutting off babies or girls' clitorises. That's called female genital mutilation. That's insane. And what she's saying is we've got to get the germs out. I mean, this is America? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this is how far down the rabbit hole we are. And I could go on, but I'll stop now and take a deep breath.
Have another cup of coffee, LA. But the thing is, you're right out there on the cusp. I mean, you did the Watchmen's Chronicles. You've been at every Hear the Watchman conference.
And thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I mean, we're blessed to have you there, and we're blessed to see the work that you're doing out there. I mean, you're right on the cutting edge, and here we are in this time, and we're all sitting around trying to figure out, what do we do? Where's the hope? So, LA, tell us, where's the hope? I kind of think I know, but I think we need to let our listeners know.
Here's the hope, folks. Here's the hope. We are in the midst of a cosmic regime change. Never forget this. Jesus warns us. He gives us a punch list of the signs that we're supposed to look at. That's what he does. Wars and rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, troublesome times. Men faint from fear for what is coming upon the earth, signs in the heavens, signs in the earth. And that's all. That's everything I just said is firing on all 8 cylinders with some SGP added in the gas tank. So making sure it's firing on all 8 cylinders. That's where we are. And that means that we are in a window of time where this regime that we're under now, which is under the thumb of Satan, never forget that, it's under his thumb. It's about to be pushed out. My hope is this and nothing less, in Jesus Christ and righteousness. And what I mean by that, my hope is to go up. My hope is to go up, because you can't fix this. And any of you snowflakes out there that think you can fix this, you're smoking something, and you're probably smoking something anyway. The bottom line is you can't fix this anymore. We can't fix it. There's only one man, the God-man, Yeshua, Jesus, who can fix this. And when he fixes it, that's when he comes back to fix this. We come back with him. I'm completely pre-tribulational, premillennial. My feet are in theological concrete in that way. We go up, and there's a saying I've been using with the in their own words, the Watchmen Chronicles. We go up, they show up. We go up, they come down. That's how I think it works. We go up, the restrainer comes with us, because this cat and mouse UFO game, Mike, has gone on for decades. They never show up. Never. Never, 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 never. Come on. I mean, do you really think a bunch of beings from Zeta Reticuli wouldn't by now, well, we're here. Hi, great things are things. I mean, they would have shown up by now, right? They never show up. But they take people, they do nasty things to them. They come in, they come out, they go through walls, all this crazy stuff. And we document it in the new film in their own words. So I think they're being restrained. I think they're being restrained by the Spirit of the living God. We go up, they show up. We go up, they come down. That's what I truly believe. It's taken me 20 years of wrestling with the 2 Thessalonian passage to come up with this. It's a dual meaning. The word apostasia, which means apostasy. It means falling away, a divorce from the faith, but it can also mean departure. And there's, you go online and do a word study, and you get people who are ardently pre-trib who will tell you it's departure. And then you get people who are going, pre-tribulationists are all crazy people. It's never going to happen. They're smoking something, blah, blah, blah. It means falling away. What if it's a dual meaning? What if we go up, they show up? So it's both. And guess what? How many people on this planet are looking for the return of the Lord? How many people on the planet are looking for the return of the Lord? It's just a handful, Mike. It's a handful. Out of the 6-7 billion people that are here, it's a handful of people that are looking up, that are expecting, that even know about the idea of the rapture of a church. And for those people who say, oh, this is all an invention by Darby, nonsense. The early church fathers knew about this. And Paul writes very specifically, behold, I tell you a mystery. We shall not all die, but at the last trump, the dead in Christ will rise first. And then we who are left will be gathered unto him. Hello, and what do you think that is? That is a supernatural event, which is unprecedented. It's never happened, but we're on the window of time where I think it's going to happen. That is my blessed hope.
Well, LA, amen to that, brother. Amen to that. I mean, we are under attack right now. I mean, right now in this video, we're getting hit a little bit, but we're going to keep going here. I mean, the thing is, with everything going on, that is why it's so important for our voices to be heard, and we need to get the message out there. Now, you're coming to Hear the Watchman in Boise, Idaho, August 18th through 21st. We're going to go out and witness the total eclipse of the sun. Do you have any words about that? What do you think about that?
I think it's a sign. It's right along the Madrid fault line. Anything can happen. Again, folks, I mean, look, I'm not a date setter, and all I know is that we are so far down the rabbit hole, and yet the church dithers and the church sleeps, and that's fine. Thank God for Hear the Watchman. Thank God for Prophecy Watchers Conference, which is coming up, and that's in October, so there's no conflict, different speakers, different men. That's why these conferences are there, because you're trying to get the word out. Gary Stearman and the crew, they're trying to get the word out. Derek Gilbert, Skywatch, they're trying to get the word out, warn the people. I mean, that's all I do, 24/7. I try to do a video every day, just like you do, on a variety of different subjects, and post it on YouTube. It's LA Marzulli is the YouTube channel. We're up to like 56,000 people now, and growing, about 1,000 a week, which is incredible. Thank you for watching that. But look, Mike, that's what you and Jeannie do. Dallas, the last year, the Watchmen conference a couple of weeks ago in Dallas was off the hook incredible. I mean, people of like-minded, there wasn't one incident that I know of that anything weird happened. It was just really great. Really, really great. They hang out with the folks, talk shop, and folks, if you're watching this, you can go to hearthewatchman.com, and you can get and order the live streaming. You can get that, and you can watch it in the privacy of your own home, eat popcorn, have a salami sandwich with butter, and kick back and watch all the speakers. So that's a great deal, and I would highly recommend doing that.
Well, God bless you, LA. I know you're busy, and I know you got to get on the road here, and I appreciate you taking the time this morning to spend with us and to let people know. Folks, we're trying to bring you the truth. Go to LA Marzulli's website. I think it's lamarzulli.net, and order his Watchman Chronicles. It will change your life.
It will. I promise you it will.
It will. I mean, I think there's a little blip in there with Jeannie and I, but I mean, I'm telling you, folks, it will change your life. Be aware, be prepared, and get ready. Get right with God. And until the next episode of the Hear the Watchman report, the Watchman's Report, God bless each and every one of you. We pray you'll all be safe, get prepared, get ready, and God bless. Thank you, LA, for being with us today.
Hey, Mike, thanks so much, and safe travels to you, and we'll see you in Idaho, or maybe sooner if you come down to this neck of the woods. We'll go for lunch again.
That's right. special event coming up that we might see each other at, but we're not going to talk about that.
That's very true. Very true.
All right. God bless you, brother.
All right, man. Love you guys. Take care. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Mike. Bye.